Well, good day. I'm Roger Ray, Offering Manager for IBM Streams, and I'm joined today by Stephen Hussey, who's another Offering Manager for IBM Streams. We're here today to talk to you about the latest version of Streams, which runs with IBM Cloud Private for Data and is a way to deliver continuously intelligent applications. We've talked a lot in the past about information architectures, and most people are very familiar with that, but really most of their architectures are all about data at rest. We've known for many years about information architectures and hot data, warm data, cold data, and archive data. But really with today, there's so much data in motion generated by sensors, transactions, notes from various people, Twitter feeds, text analytics, etc., that you really need to have for your artificial intelligence and intelligent applications, an architecture that includes data in motion and data at rest. And what do we really mean by data in motion? Well, let me play a short video for you so that you'll see that.
Today's businesses are navigating never-ending rivers of data. With information constantly in motion, it's difficult to process it all, much less find actionable insights, unless you have the right tools. Stream computing solutions from IBM let you connect with almost any data source, visually develop applications, and use runtime and analytics toolkits to make the most of all of your available data. Whether on-premise or on the cloud, IBM Stream computing products give you the tools you need to leverage every information source, quickly spot risks, and discover opportunities in all of your data. Learn more. Download your free trial of IBM Streams today, or contact an IBM Streams expert to see which solution is right for you.
So there you have it. IBM Streams, IBM Streaming Analytics on IBM Public Cloud, now joined by IBM Streams for IBM Cloud Private for Data, is all about analyzing data in motion. You can join that with data at rest. You can infuse your streaming applications with artificial intelligence to really allow businesses to achieve continuously intelligent applications and act to things in the right moment as data is generated. All data is generated in real time, and you have the ability with these three runtime platforms to now act upon that data in real time and achieve continuous intelligence. So what is continuous intelligence? It's actually a design pattern. And there's a nice Gartner paper that's described about that, which we've extracted a few quotes. But the idea is that you can take real-time information. After all data is created in real time. It allows you to integrate that into your business processes. And it allows you to keep state both of historic data and those current real-time events to decide what actions you should take in the right moment for your business. For example, a transportation company is keeping track and state of all of their crew on their aircraft. If they're delayed during a certain day, they can immediately determine, as the delay is occurring, how many hours the crew has flown that day and that month, and make the decision if they've flown too many hours to legally continue on the next flight that they're scheduled for. And then make the business decision that is the right for the business. Do we cancel the next flight, or do they call in the backup crew? Since they know exactly what it costs to cancel a flight, exactly what it costs to call in the backup crew, they can make that decision in the moment. We'll talk about several other use cases a little bit later in the presentation. If you're not familiar with IBM Cloud Private for Data, we've often described it as a strong foundation to build cloud-native applications, but run it in your own private cloud, that is your own data centers, or in private areas of public clouds. We talk about that AI ladder, how you can achieve AI within that business. And IBM Cloud Private for Data gives you all of the tools to be able to perform those functions. You can collect data, making it very simple to access remote data, to view that. You can organize it in various data stores. You can perform analytics on that data both historic data and now with Streams on ICP for data. You can also do that with real-time data. And then finally, with those streaming applications, you can infuse artificial intelligence into those applications to act in the moment. Looking at the kinds of things that Streams delivers with IBM Cloud Private for Data, we have many, many different adapters to be able to collect data from a variety of data sources, both enterprise and legacy kinds of things like TCP/IP or MQ or MQTT, as well as more modern messaging systems such as Kafka or IBM Event Streams, which is the version of Kafka that IBM sells. You can organize that data, as we said, for many use cases into a variety of data stores, including relational databases, non-relational databases such as Hadoop, key value stores, JSON data stores, document data stores, etc. Perform analytics on that data, and we really mean all kinds of analytics on that data. You can do geospatial analytics, you can do natural language processing, types of functions to understand the text, what's being said, what is sentiment, what are keywords for root cause analysis. And then as you create those analytics, you can bring them into your IBM Streams application on IBM Cloud Private to infuse analytics throughout your organization. Streams was created over 10 years ago. Its first release was in May of 2009, based upon 5 years of research with the U.S. government and several early adopters. And the key is it provides a foundational element to be able to receive events and run those real-time applications. You can discover opportunities and risks to make decisions in near real time. You can run it on private clouds, public clouds, or cooperating with hybrid clouds, which many customers are doing, to be able to have some things running in the cloud to lower their overall total cost of ownership, other things where they are concerned about security and privacy of data running within their own firewalls and premises with their own employees managing the operations. The thing about Streams, we've mentioned a little bit earlier that there are 3 different runtimes now. As we're talking about today, the new IBM Streams for IBM Cloud Private for Data. Streams, which has been there to run on bare metal machines and virtual machines in public or private clouds that customers have. And then IBM Streaming Analytics is the IBM public cloud offering where we manage that service. There are a variety of tools that allow you to build these applications. There's Streams Developer, supported offering from IBM using Eclipse-based tools, the IBM Quick Start Edition, which is really almost exactly the same code to be able to build your applications, but it's a no-charge offering with only forum-level support. There is IBM Watson Studio, Streams Flow to build simple applications today on the IBM Public Cloud and deploy to IBM Public Cloud. And then for those developers who really like to just pound out the code, we've got some code editors that plug into Atom and VS Code to be able to build your Streams processing language applications. You can also build applications all in Java, Scala, or Python, compile them. And the great thing is you can choose what your runtime is between all 3 of those. The applications are nearly identical between all 3 of those. But now let me turn it over to my colleague Stephen and allow him to tell you a little bit more about the user experience and what you'll see when you run IBM Streams on IBM Cloud Private for Data.
IBM Cloud Private for Data in its base editions provide the framework, services, and the integrated user experience for data and AI projects across an enterprise. Streams for IBM Cloud Private for Data is a premium add-on for that platform and integrates seamlessly into it. Learning about its benefits, how to install it, how to provision 1 or more instances of Streams is easy from within the product user experience and through the ICP for Data online documentation if you aren't already a customer. core value of Streams is to enable your developers to build applications leveraging streaming data, stored data, AI, and many other analytical tools and methods. Streams app development is integrated into the ICP for Data project experience. This means that teams made up of data and AI professionals and developers can work together to a common business goal, organizing collected data, building machine learning models, tapping into streaming data, and more, all within a focused project space. Developers build Streams applications, enabling them to build up an application from scratch or from templates that we include in the product. From the coding experience, they're able to build and run the streaming jobs on Streams instances scaled from small up to the largest workload possible. Development in ICP for Data projects is backed by source control. And when a Streams application has value across projects, it's easy to publish those applications into a governed enterprise catalog for reuse in any project across the organization. Developing Streams applications using languages like Python allows connections to any source, destination, or analytical function to be created from scratch or from samples. However, one of the most significant accelerators for development that Streams provides is a rich palette of productized and open source operators to use either as is or to extend for your specific purposes. As you look at rolling out Streams for ICP for Data for your use, it's easy to get up and running quickly with a small or medium-sized shared instance across all projects. Then as the demands grow and you learn how your business is using Streams, you can grow it dynamically while it's running to meet expanding demands across multiple projects. Then you have the ability to add additional instances for specific project needs. So for example, a project requiring extremely high volume that needs to be isolated from a processing perspective from other projects, or if data is specifically sensitive in nature and you want to make sure that only the approved people are able to not only run the jobs but maintain them in operation. And to provision an instance dedicated to production workloads, that's as simple as adding one for project needs as well. So you can separate your development, your test, and your production instances all within the control of the ICP for Data platform.
Thank you, Stephen. As I mentioned earlier, Streams has been publicly available for almost 10 years now. And the great thing about that is then we have customers in production in many, many different industries. Telecommunications firms are probably the top industry because they've long had enormous volume of data with smartphones, with landlines, etc. Transportation, I mentioned that use case earlier. We've also had many energy and utilities companies. One of the first ones was simply using an information architecture that we talked about that said for an awful lot of network data that they were monitoring their data collection network to collect smart meter data. They said we can just throw away these messages if they're the same as the message before. That is, the equipment is up and running. We can just throw that away and not save it, and not even have to bother archiving and saving the data for many years. Health and life sciences, we've had many applications in ICU monitoring, as well as remote patient services, transcription, speech-to-text kinds of things. We've done pilots with schools on wildfire management, water management, numerous law enforcement agencies for national defense, cybersecurity, finance and banking for next best action, monitoring websites and doing multi-channel marketing to determine the best channel to use to reach out for customers for various marketing actions. Insurance and fraud prevention, to be able to stop things in real time instead of doing a pay and chase as many insurance companies do in national or commercial insurance companies. Be able to spot that fraud in real time and not make the payment so that you don't have to chase them later to get the money back. A whole lot of science, space weather prediction, monitored solar waves to understand and be able to predict, will the solar flares be so strong that you should change flight patterns from over the pole if there's too high a radiation level to taking the longer route but safer route across the oceans instead of over the pole. And then cross-industry kinds of applications, very popular call center agent assist capabilities, intelligent ingest to be able to easily collect information, do some filtering, aggregation before you land that data. In fact, that's in use by the IBM Weather Company that uses IBM Streams to collect data from over 250,000 personal weather stations. This is another view of those use cases, but it talks about some of our reference customers where we have videos or case studies that you can go out and browse. Medtronic is an exciting application. The Sugar IQ application collects information for diabetic patients, storing 90 days of history about their continuously monitored blood sugar levels, the amount of food that they eat, exercise patterns that they have, to give coaching and recommendations, and have up to a 90% accuracy of predicting a hypoglycemic event within the next 4 hours. Cellcom has done many marketing actions to speed their time to create campaigns. Verizon Wireless is doing speech-to-text in their call centers. Many ICU monitoring situations that we've mentioned there for Emory University or the Infant Center at University College Cork, Ireland. So a large variety of different applications have been built in Streams so that you know you're not the first one to build these kinds of applications to deliver that continuous intelligence to your business. So what should be your next step? Well, there's a couple things I'd recommend. First, please join us and join the community. If you're new to Streams, there's lots of videos and examples of how you can start building your own applications. To learn that and try it out, there's free versions of Streams that you can try, the Quick Start edition that we mentioned, and on streaming analytics for IBM Public Cloud, there's a light version which gives you a small runtime for 50 hours every month at no charge. And you can also try IBM Cloud Private for Data. There's a link there to see the cloud private experiences in the IBM Garage area so that you can try this out. I invite you to take that next step and become ready for building your own continuous intelligence applications that infuse AI and machine learning throughout your business processes. Thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it. Please reach out to either Stephen or I if you have questions or want more information about IBM Streams and IBM Streams for IBM Cloud Private for Data.